guys, if this is a look, I usually do this when I go to bed on like fresh hair so that it's like nice and wavy, and then if I need to like add a few extra curls, then I do that, but it's just a heatless way of having wavy hair without, you know, damaging it, which is great. So today I kind of want to make a video about instant influencer while also doing my makeup, because I like doing my makeup and talking about things, but also I've seen a lot of people make videos about the instant influencer, you know, TV show. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a YouTube original show that you'd normally have to pay for, because you normally have to pay for YouTube Premium shows because they are on YouTube Red or YouTube Premium. This time it is free. Basically James Charles made it free while also upping the budget because it's a YouTube Premium show. So you can kind of tell from how the show looks that it is like high budget, high production. I kind of want to start off some basics, which is James Charles is like, obviously we knew this already, but James Charles is super confident and that makes him an incredible host. I think, you know, some people are saying, oh, it's a little bit cringy, but that's kind of what like reality TV show hosts are. They are a little bit like cringy and over the top, and they have to bring in like the energy. And I think James Charles is doing that pretty well. He seems to be really enjoying his role as the host and as like the main judge, because that's what the show is. There's always 3 judges every episode. The first episode it was James Charles, Norvina and Paris Hilton, and then for the second show it was James Charles, Norvina and Trixie, one of the most famous drag queens there are. So that was really incredible, and you probably can guess what the challenge was in the second episode considering the judge. So let's get into the first episode, because I wish I had done this right after the first episode came out, because then I could do 1 video per episode and do like a reaction style content, but I didn't think of that. And then I saw Smokey Glow reacting to the episodes, and then I saw a lot of the contestants actually reacting to their own episodes. You start off with the first episode, there's like a lot more happening in the first episode that I could talk about because it's where you meet the contestants. In every reality TV show there's always like one contestant that you don't like, and that is just not the case here. I think James picked the most perfect group of people who I wouldn't mind seeing as future influencers. We have enough toxic people in the beauty community that I am now slowly like inserting myself into, and I think seeing how positive some of these people are, it's just, you know, it's just lovely to see, because I think they'll be quite nice as our new influencers. I'm gonna do a completely different look today. I'm gonna take my CC cream from It Cosmetics, which, let's just make it very clear, It Cosmetics, your shade ranges disgust me, first of all, because, okay, so they have a few different types of CC creams. These are some of my favorite CC creams, but this is just the regular CC cream, and this is the illuminating CC cream, which the illuminating one has like shimmer in it, and then there's a matte one, I think, like an oil-free one. So you're telling me that this is Fair, which is the lightest shade from this one. You get that? See? That's my skin tone. And then you tell me that this is the lightest skin tone for the illuminated one. It's literally orange. How is this like the lightest shade? But also there are like no dark shades, and any of the light shades are just orange a lot of the time. So this is the only one that really matches me. I did use up some of this one because I would put like 1 pump along with like 2 pumps of this, but I just don't think I'm that kind of a skin tone right now. That's what I do when I'm like on holiday. And I'm actually going to use, I bought an It Cosmetics buffer brush because I heard these were really good, and it actually is really good. So we meet the contestants and they're great. So my favorites currently are Kaylin and Ashley, which is Strash Me. I think they are the sweetest, but also just like super talented. They have a great personality. I think they've got like the all-round influencer vibe to them. Some people complained about at one point they edited like this montage of Kaylin rambling. She says it herself that she's a huge rambler, and they edited like this montage of when she was talking about her look, and some people said it was like mean because it was like poking fun at her, and it was like cutting from her to the other contestants, and it made it look like they were all like shading her. And I think that's just reality TV at the end of the day. Like I didn't really see it as shady. I thought it was like very much like internet humor, and I think she would definitely agree with that.
My biggest weakness in this entire competition is that I'm a rambler and I will talk for days.
So I don't think she minded this, and I did watch all of their reactions to the show, and they all seemed pretty happy with how they were like shown. If you guys don't know, the show is already finished. Like they already know who's the winner, they just can't say it. See, this base is so pretty. Like look at this CC cream. I just wish more people were able to use it. I didn't think that was like a big deal that they showed her off as a rambler, because we all be rambling sometimes, me included. And then they started off with the look. So the first challenge was just like show a look that represents you, and I think that's kind of like an open request. Like that's why all the looks were so different. Some were natural, some were just like glam. So Benny was incredible. It was stunning. It was cute. He's cute. Everything is adorable. Gabe, that was a talented look. So looking at this first look, I completely forgot that it even existed, because I forgot about this first challenge because they didn't really do it on set. They did it like in their own free time, so I completely forgot about this challenge. But Gabe's look was so stunning here. It was super creative. It was great. I know James gave him some criticism because he was like, this doesn't really represent you, and I completely understand that, but as a look, like as a creative look, this was really good. So I'm actually not sure what happened in later tasks with Gabe, because I feel like with every task, Gabe was like closer to the bottom of, you know, the ranks. I'm not actually sure what happened because he's definitely talented. I'm not sure what happened. I'm going to talk about that in the next task. So Gabe looked great here. Indigo, stunning. That was such a good look. Kaylin, super funny montage. I loved her look. It was like creative but simple, but like cute and pretty at the same time. And then Ash, wow, blew me away that she even came up with that. That's like such a creative idea to have. And overall, I thought it was a stunning look. We can tell through this show like how talented Ashley is as a makeup artist. I think she's super talented, probably up there in like top 3. I'd say her and Kaylin have a huge chance of winning. I'm saying this now. I just think Kaylin has more of that like influencer, bubbly personality than Ashley does, but Ashley's dry like sense of humor and talking is also super funny. She's super just real and straight to the point. I think that comes from her being a mum. And then we have Brittany, who is the sweetest sweetheart of the show. She is adorable. I thought the look was really pretty. It was the most simple out of all the looks, which isn't a big deal. I don't think simple is necessarily bad, but she did in her own reaction video say that she wishes she had picked a different look because she can do creative stuff. It's just that, you know, for this one she decided to go a little more simple, and she actually wishes she had gone less simple because she does do incredible looks. They did show a montage of like some of her looks, and she can pull off a creative look. She also got that like influencer personality. She's super sweet. You know, she just makes you feel good watching her content. They've all gained a fair amount of subs from this. I think all of them or most of them are over 100k now, and they're on episode 2. The winners could get to like 300k because the episodes are getting like 5-6 million views, and they're only going to be growing from here. Just in general, I think James Charles has super good like ways of critiquing people in like a nice constructive manner. He says things, you know, he goes in with the compliment first, and he goes, you know, I really like what you did here, and he says like actual things they can improve on. So like in the moment he says like, this is exactly what I need to fix, like, oh, this eyelash, put it up here, like if you just drew this here. Like he gives them actual stuff that they could have done differently for the thing, and I think it's super constructive. It will definitely help them even if they don't win the show. Just getting this kind of advice is super helpful for, you know, people that are like smaller influencers who haven't been through it all, and James has been through it all. I'm actually filming like multiple videos today, so you're gonna see this look a lot. He actually then talks about the prize, which is $50,000, a $10,000 setup that he uses for his videos, which is obviously incredible for a small influencer. Oh my god, I love this. This is the Kylie highlight in quartz. It's like a yellowy one. Her powder products are really good, like the ones in this plastic packaging. Bronzers and blushes and everything's just super easy to blend. Not too strong, not too light. I mean, this highlight's pretty strong. Wow, I love it. And then they get a collab on his channel, which I kind of heard Smoky Glow say this, which is like they're already getting a collab on your channel by being on the show, but I think it's different because not all of James's fans are going to watch the reality show, but more of them are probably going to watch his actual videos. So it gives them like a different audience than the audience that is watching the show. I think it's just opening them up to like a different audience. Then the next thing is they have the challenge, which is 3 hours to film and edit a product reveal. And I just want to put it out there that I think some people, some of the contestants, and by some I mean most of the contestants, except for I think Ashley, unless they cut it up like differently and they didn't show certain parts of their videos, but from what I saw from the clips that they showed, some people didn't understand the task, because the task was reveal a product, like a product reveal. So he mentioned how he revealed the James Charles artistry palette, so he had to make a reveal video for it to show like, oh, this is a product I'm releasing. But most of them did basically like a sponsored review, but they had 3 hours to film and edit. That's insane. So the first challenge was won by Ashley, of course. That makeup was incredible, and they get into the second challenge and Ashley gets to pick her product. She picks a blue mascara, which I would have never thought of. It's super creative. But I loved Kaylin's video about the makeup sponge and how she did her whole face with the makeup sponge. I thought it was super creative, and everyone's going to want to buy a product that is multifunctional, like you can use it for many different things. I thought that was incredible, and something you use on a regular basis. Like every time you do your makeup, you're going to use this damn sponge. So I thought it was so good. I'm going to use my favorite, well, one of my favorites, my Gemini palette, which is Yummy. So some people I heard complained about the fact that the challenge is basically getting them to sell products, which they're like, oh, is that really what being an influencer is about? I mean, yes, like technically Yes, because if you think about it, influencers nowadays are given a lot of brand deals, they're given a lot of like, you know, very professional things to do. So like it is important as part of being an influencer to know how to be able to like make a professional looking video just in case you had to sell something or work with a brand on a product. I think it happens more than people think. This is called instant influencer, not instant MUA. So they are not only going to focus on like their technique as makeup artists, but they're also going to focus on their like presence on camera and how they sell stuff. It's just going to be a part of it, like whether we like it or not. The fact that Kaylin somehow edited 2.5 hours of footage in 30 minutes blows my mind. And she, spoiler alert, won this challenge. So she was safe to go to episode 2. Also, Strash Me, Ashley, got through to the next episode, which I also heavily agreed with. I think Brittany could have used more time. I think she definitely rushed it because she thought it would look more impressive if she finishes before the others, when really it just meant that hers, you know, ended up being maybe a little bit sloppy or a little bit unfinished and not like as perfect as it could have been because she had so much time left. And instead of sitting there, and that's not me sounding rude or condescending, I think just instead of like, you know, chilling or hanging out, she could have definitely used that time to try and, you know, think of more stuff. Benny said he's reviewing a product. That's kind of what I meant. They weren't supposed to review a product, they were supposed to reveal their own product. So when he said, oh, I'm going to be reviewing a product, I was super confused. I was like, this was supposed to be a reveal, or am I confused? But anyway, I think it's just, you know, under pressure people make mistakes and it happens, we're all human. When Norvina started talking, I was like, this is the first time I've heard Norvina talk because I don't follow her on anything, and I was like, oh my god, that's not the voice I expected. Not in a bad way. I was like, whoa. Overall, his was great. Paris is a sweetheart. She had nothing bad to say about anyone, and her dog was absolutely iconic. Brittany, I think she did fine. She did okay. Like, it was a very generic, oh, here's just me applying highlighter. It's really pretty. Like, she compared it to some drugstore stuff. But I think it wasn't a reveal video. It's as if she like received it in PR and was like, oh, this is a highlight. I really, oh my god. It's like, oh, this is a highlight I really enjoy. And it wasn't super like, oh, this is something that I created and I'm super like proud of. So I think that's kind of where people got confused. Norvina's super intelligent with the way she presents stuff to them. Like, business wise, this is what you could have done better. This is what brands kind of expect from you. So I just think she really came across super intelligent and like she really knows what she's talking about. Then we have Gabe, who did the James Charles palette as the reveal product. And I think that was a huge mistake. I think it meant that there was a lot more pressure because it was already revealed once by James Charles and was revealed super well. So I think there was no way that he was going to do something better than James Charles did with like the 10 looks that he did. So I think he should have just went with a different product. I understand what he was doing. It's like the flattery thing of like, I'm going to use your product because I think it's great. But I think he should have used a different product. I also don't think that look was like the best look he could have done. I think it was because they were all under time pressure. It's very difficult to do something super creative. So for example, what Ashley did was super smart. She took a mascara. It's the easiest part of your makeup routine, but she took a blue one, which meant that it was like, you know, a little more creative, and I think that's what saved her a lot of time. And I think picking an eyeshadow palette, and not just any eyeshadow palette, but James Charles's eyeshadow palette, could have been something that he thought twice about, because I think that's what kind of almost lost him there. Ashley did the task. She actually did the task. She revealed a product, which was the mascara, but she did it as like a, like as if she was releasing this mascara, which I think, you know, she was probably the only one that did that. And hers one came out super good. I really liked it. Indigo was super funny. He brought out probably the most personality, like the most YouTube-y style personality that I would see on my screen on a regular basis, and it's kind of what I see from influencers. It's the very like dry humor, sarcastic kind of a vibe. I think Brittany should have stayed. From what they showed, I don't think her video was as bad as they made it seem. I think the video that I would have picked to leave would have been Gabe's video, because I don't think it was the best decision to pick James's palette, and I just don't think I was like super impressed with the effect. So I think Brittany should have stayed, and I think Gabe should have gone, but that's, you know, not my decision to make. I'm not one of the judges. But in episode 2, here's where we're at. We're at episode 2. James Charles looks incredible at 5 a.m. How do you do that? I want to know. I want to know the secrets, because I need my beauty sleep. I really do. The first challenge was you had to get red carpet ready in 30 minutes. I watched a Smoky Glow video, obviously like reviewing these episodes, which is what inspired me to do the reviews of the episodes, where she said that she had wished the challenge could have been made a little more extreme if they had to do their makeup in the car, because he was driving them to the studio, and then they had to actually walk a red carpet and get their pictures taken with like flash and see how it all looks on camera and in pictures, and that could have been super like entertaining. But maybe, you know, he just didn't want to like have them poke their eyes out in the car with mascara. But they should have definitely walked a red carpet and have, oh my god, I didn't curl it, and have their pictures taken just so that they know what it looks like on camera, because not many of them probably had walked a red carpet or had like professional pictures taken. So it'd be really cool for them to learn how regular makeup differs from red carpet makeup, because I think that's a huge difference and it's a very different technique of makeup. I think Indigo made a good call of not focusing on skin and focusing on eyes instead, because you know, if you spend less time on skin, you can kind of perfect the eyes and then make it look like you put more effort into your makeup. Then Ashley did a red lip. Great idea. If you do a pop of color on the lips, you could literally be wearing no makeup and a red lip and people will think that you're wearing a full face of makeup. And she did that like graphic line, I think. The fact that she did a red lip and basically a double eyeliner and made it all symmetrical blew my mind. She's super talented. Her and Kaylin are going to be going head to head. I'm saying the finale is going to be Kaylin versus Ashley, and I don't know who I want to win. I genuinely don't. Benny, I thought was cute. Gabe has hooded eyes, and I just don't think that the circle was a good idea, because like James said, it was hidden by his eyelids, and I think he could have definitely moved it a little bit further down. So he did it kind of from the center into the center, and most of it was like covered up. I think if he had moved it out a little bit and did it over his brow bone, that would have been it. But also it's very difficult in such a short amount of time, in 30 minutes, to get your whole makeup done, plus make circles symmetrical. Like circles as a whole, as a concept, are difficult to draw, let alone in 30 minutes. I think you could have definitely left that out and maybe just did a wing liner. Kaylin actually spoke about this in her video. She used the wrong powder because she took the Laura Mercier powder, which is what she always uses, and it ended up being the illuminated one, which is super dark, and it made her look super cakey because it's not for setting your whole face. It basically just looks like highlighter, so it made her super like creasy under her eyes. And she redid the makeup the way she would have liked to do it in her video, and it looked stunning. My nose is so itchy because it's hay fever season, and I'm just going to use the highlighter once again just on my brow bone and in my inner corner, just to, you know, pull it all together. Overall, I think James Charles once again is proving himself to be a super good host, but also he knows a lot about the industry. Whether we like him or not, he knows a lot about the industry. He's been in it for years and he knows a lot about makeup. He definitely came through with really good advice. Oh, I forgot about Ashley. Ashley's makeup. Did I mention that she used the wrong shade of concealer, because I think they didn't have a different one? I think she said there was something wrong with the shades and it came out super grey. So that was his only concern, which wasn't really her fault, which is why she won the task again. She won a second task. They did a drag challenge and Trixie was one of the obviously judges, because she's one of the most famous drag queens in the world. Because Ashley won, she once again had an advantage for the second challenge. She got an extra 15 minutes and some help from Trixie, which actually the 15 minutes ended up saving her because she had to start again. So if she didn't have those 15 minutes, she probably would have run out of time. This was actually Kaylin's first time in drag, and this is the look she pulled out. I am so happy with my girl Kaylin. Just got a special place in my heart for her, I really do. And obviously my favorite looks, Kaylin and Ashley. I think one of the worst was probably Indigo, and he did end up going home. He was, you know, the one that left and lost the competition. I think the second worst was probably, I don't like saying worst because I don't think any of them are bad artists. I just think the second worst one was probably Gabe. Indigo, at the end of the episode, when James Charles was saying to him, you know, you're going home, Indigo gave me Ariana vibes. I don't know if that's just me, but with the eyebrows, like Ariana has kind of like slanted, like more soft brows that make her look kind of sad and like cutesy, and he had that vibe going for him with the brows. And then when he was doing like the facial expressions, like when James was talking to him and saying like, oh, don't give up, he gave me such Ariana vibes. I was like, oh my god, it's like I'm seeing a doppelganger right now. Anyway, Indigo left. He was such a cutie. I'm hoping his channel like blows up and does a thing. Overall, from now on, I kind of want to do just like weekly, you know, roundups of what happened in the show. Just talk to you guys about, you know, who you think's gonna win, who's gonna be the next influencer, because this is like more related to makeup than drama. I don't think there's any drama here, and I'm glad there isn't, because I think if there was drama involving this show, it would take away from the future influencers. Like it would take away from the people in the show that have a chance to like show themselves. If there was like too much drama, it would focus on James Charles or whatever the drama is, and it wouldn't focus on the people. So I think it's really good that they're keeping it super professional. So the episodes come out over the weekend, and James Charles then on a Tuesday films his kind of like reaction or thoughts on the episode, and I'm filming this before the second one comes out. He addressed in the first one some of the criticism, some of the like awkwardness with Brittany leaving. Like some people said it was really cringy because he walked in and she was like crying and he made her shout her out. But then when Indigo did it, I kind of left this towards the end, but when Indigo did it, it wasn't as, I guess, like embarrassing, like secondhand embarrassment, I guess, because Indigo wasn't as like upset. But when Indigo shouted himself out, it was less like awkward to watch. When Brittany did it, she said it herself that she was crying so much they had to keep on like refilming it. I definitely understand why they do it. It's just so, you know, to give them a platform. But when they're crying, it's very difficult to be like, oh yay, I'll go subscribe, because they're like crying. You're like, oh my god, this is really awkward. I love this lipstick so much. I've been wearing it so much and I'm getting a lot of compliments on it. It is Kylie's cream lipstick called Mont Blanc. It's just such a perfect like brownie nude. It's like not too dark, not too cool tone, not too warm tone. It's just the right amount of everything. Just in general, the show is super well done. I knew James was going to be a great host because he's super confident in the way he speaks and the way he just is as a person. But I didn't expect it to be this good. I was like, wow, James, you're really pulling through right now. And he's so young as well. I think sometimes forget how young he is. See, it's like wavy and curly. Oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm not reading the notebook properly, but with the drag challenge, both Benny and Indigo were going for the pink wig, and it was some like tea. Kaylin's facial expressions killed me during this whole drama. It was like really good for the reality TV aspect of it, to have like a little bit of like competition and tea, but it was just really funny to watch. And they're saying it's a cursed wig because Indigo stole the wig. He got the wig first, and he sadly left the competition. So see, this is what I mean, is like you get like a nice wavy thing at the bottom, and then all you have to do is fix the front bits, and then, you know, you're good to go. I'm gonna use my busted crusted curler. That's probably gonna electrocute me. Overall, I'm super enjoying the show. I'm like looking forward to every episode now. So when it pops up as like a premiere, I click on it, and I never watch premieres. I never do. They really piss me off, but this time I'm like in it. I just didn't expect this from James. He really pulled through. I had kind of low expectations for this because I'm not like the hugest fan of James, but I still think he's really coming through with just growth and growing up as a person. I will be filming another video after this, which is going to be kind of something different for my channel. See, it kind of just adds a little some to the front. So that's literally all I do to just get like slightly wavy hair. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything, comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time I think of an idea that I want to do. This channel is basically just like whatever comes to my head I do. Hit that bell, be notified when that's happening. Social media links and main channel in the description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.